Hey there, Ray DeBanco back here on Keg River TV. If we're thinking some of the deficiency symptoms in corn and soybeans, and that's something we need to recognize why we're seeing more of that. And 30 years ago, it wasn't such a big issue. I'm working in the United States, I'm working in Eastern Canada, I'm based in Western Canada. We have the Clean Air Act in the United States. We have similar legislation in Canada that's cleaned up a lot of atmospheric deposition. We used to count on anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds of sulfate sulfur form coming in rainfall or through atmospheric deposition. We're not getting that anymore, and we've seen through soil test programs, surveys in the United States and here in Canada as well, this deficiency occurring more and more with more and more prevalence. So certainly now, I think it's very common for corn and soybean growers to recognize that they need to add some sulfur to their fertility program. Certainly for corn, we're seeing more and more sulfur deficiencies. There's still people that are arguing that, oh, it's transitory, it's not happening, it was lack of mineralization. I think the soil testing surveys that are done in North America clearly show we've lost a lot of sulfur. We're not getting what the sulfur that we used to get, and we need to manage that better. And so applying sulfur as an elemental form can provide that season-long source of sulfate sulfur after it goes through oxidation. If we think about environmental conditions and soil conditions where we're going to be thinking about the possibility of a sulfur deficiency, we're looking at soils that are low in organic matter. Generally we comment about 3% and lower is low organic matter soils. And the reason why organic matter is important is because organic matter holds sulfur, and the microbial communities are going to degrade and break down that organic matter over time through the process of mineralization, and that's going to provide sulfur through the growing season, providing that mineralization is occurring when the crop needs sulfur. The other things we'd consider are sandier ground, coarser textured soils, and soils that are prone to leaching. Deficiency symptoms in corn and soybeans. So we know sulfate, sulfur is mobile in the soil. It moves with rainwater. It's very transitory, and it's very variable in your field. Within the plant, however, sulfur does not move. It's not exported from lower leaves to younger growth. So when you see sulfur deficiency in a crop like corn or soybeans, it's going to be on the younger, upper, newer leaves, so the newer growth, top part of the plant, typically pale green, because sulfur is important in the formation of chlorophyll, which gives the plant a nice green color. When you have lack of sulfur, then you have deficiency symptoms, and that's usually pale green leaflets in soybeans occurring in the upper part of the canopy, younger upper leaves on corn, and you may or may not get some striping in between the veins, so interveinal chlorosis in the corn. Smaller stunted plants, poor grain fill, small heads, poor pod fill, and certainly in soybeans, sulfur is well implicated or well known in the research to have an impact on proper nodulation, which leads to nitrogen fixation. So nitrogen deficiency in soybeans can be caused by a sulfur deficiency as well. Take care and talk to you again.